Welcome to BUSI 100. This is section 2 of lab 2 or homework 4. I'm assuming that you've already taken a look at section 1, which covers, and I'm looking on Sakai here for the assignment here, that you've covered step 1 and have downloaded Rolling Thunder. So the Rolling Thunder Access Database should be in the folder, same folder that we did the previous assignment, and I'm also assuming you've completed homework or lab 1 and homework 2, where we've created the default, the frame body, and the frame menu files. Now I have added the Rolling Thunder 2003 database to this particular folder. So all of these different files should be in the same folder, and if we look up here, it's under MIS Labs. So hopefully you've created all of these different folders and saved the files. I'm going to minimize this, and we'll go back to the instructions where now we're going to pick up the assignment here with starting Expression Web in step 2 and creating a list of employees that we want to see working or that work at Rolling Thunder Bicycle Company. So again, here is my default page with my menu list and Welcome to Rolling Thunder Bicycle Company as the home page. And I'm going to start by creating a new page. This one I'm just going to jump right down to ASPX page, and within Expression Web it will create a blank page. This is in the design view, so I can type in my header here, employee listing, and I can make that be any particular style that I want. I'm just going to go with a heading 1 here, but you can choose different heading styles if you would like. And that creates our basic framework for the page. Now, what I want to do is click over to the toolbox, and remember we're going to connect to the Rolling Thunder database. And the way we do that is we drag a particular tag onto the design surface. And I'm going to minimize the HTML ones. I actually want to go under ASP.NET controls. These are specialized controls that Microsoft has built to be able to display data. You can collapse data or standard, and I'm going to expand data, and I'm going to click on and select grid view and drag that over to my main page. This creates a listing effect, rows and columns of data that is going to represent or display the data that's actually available at the from the database. Now, before moving any further, I want to save this particular file. And the default name, employee listing.aspx, is fine. Make sure it is a .aspx file, because that's where the magic happens, so to speak, from Microsoft to be able to display and link to the data. So I will save that. Notice up here the tab changes to employee listing.aspx. Now what I need to do is actually create the link to the database. And so I'm going to choose data source, new data source. It's going to be an access database. So I press OK. Now I need to go find that file. So I click on Browse, and notice that it looks in the current subdirectory or folder. It's right there. If you have to navigate anywhere else, then you've got it in the wrong location. You should be able to just click on it, highlight it, press Open. Rolling Thunder is highlighted there, and we press Next. Now what's going to display is a listing of available tables that are in the database. Rolling Thunder has approximately 24 different database tables. So if you remember from previous classes, each table is a set of rows and columns. Okay, so here's my listing of all the different of the tables here. And instead of bicycle table, what we're interested in is a listing of employees. So if I scroll down here, I find an employee table. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And notice now I have a listing of all the fields that are available from the employee table. If I go back to my instructions, and where I'm at right now is in step 6, I want to get the employee ID, last name, first name, home phone, etc. So I'm just going to click on those. Employee ID, last name, first name, address, zip code, um, and salary, I think, is, let me double check that. And salary and title, I guess, is what we want. So here's all the information, and notice down below here, this is what is called SQL. It's building a query to select from the data, from the actual database. I test it out, verify that the data is returned, I press finish, and notice this little, first time you use this, a little warning comes up. Do we want to see the visual aids? Yes, we do. This is a little hidden control that pops up down here, this access data source. That's actually the logic that goes and gets the data from the database built into this web page. Notice that in the design view, I don't have any actual data being displayed here. What I need to do at this point, again, is save the page and then preview that in Internet Explorer or whatever your default page is. Let me bring that over here. And you should see a little bubble pop up at the bottom of your taskbar that indicates that the .NET environment has started. And then here is my listing of all the employees. Now, one thing that I've noticed that I should probably do is I have just a total list. If I click here, again, this is part of the what you see is what you get capabilities. I'm going to enable paging and sorting here. Just with a couple of click boxes, I can page and sort this. Again, I'm going to preview this. And now it looks a little bit better, and I can jump to different pages of all the different employees that I have listed within the company. So at this point, within the lab, I am at step 7. I'm going to let you complete step 8 and 9 for the rest of the 8, 9, 10, and 11 to turn it in for the rest of the lab.